developing tonight, newly classified documents shine a new light on the Dems' ridiculous Russia narrative and the infamous Steele dossier. South Carolina Republican and chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, Lindsey Graham, joins me with the latest on this. Senator, welcome back. All right.
Thank you.
Senator, yesterday you unearthed previously undisclosed FBI documents which shed new light on the FBI and its not always honest assessment of what they knew and when they knew it. Hit us.
Well, number one, I want to thank Bill Barr for declassifying these documents so the American people can read them for themselves. So there's two documents. One is a 40-page memo written by an intel analyst and a case agent who interviewed the Russian subsource who prepared all the information for the Steele dossier, the guy who put the dossier together. That 40-page memo shreds the reliability of the dossier. In that 40 pages, they talk about it's all bar talk, it's all hearsay, none of it's firsthand. Why is it important? That document, the dossier, was continued to be used by the FBI months after this interview to get 2 more warrants against Carter Page. I'll be shocked if somebody does not go to jail now for defrauding the FISA court, because those people who submitted the warrant application in April of 2017 and June of 2017, months after the interview of the subsource saying it was all garbage, they should be real good candidates to go to jail.
Right, real good candidates for previously uniform striped jumpsuits, which I hear are orange today, but whatever. Orange is a new
whatever. I'm not up on prison fashion.
But the sad part is those subsequent warrants signed by the FISA court were, I believe, 6 months apart. So they had them for a significant amount of time. They had that information, but kept going back. One of those people, one of those people was Rod Rosenstein.
Rosenstein said he didn't know anything about it. But remember, the dossier was crucial to getting a warrant against Carter Page. McCabe said without the dossier there'd be no warrant, and Horowitz, the IG, said it was the critical piece of information that allowed a warrant to be issued. In January of 2017, after 3 days of interviewing the Russian subsource who prepared the dossier, he shreds the reliability of it. A 40-page memo was written by the FBI intel analyst, and here's my question to the intel analyst and the case agent. Who did you tell about this stunning development? Who did you provide the memo to? Did you tell anybody above you, oh, by the way, the dossier is a bunch of garbage? And how could it be used in April and June, months after this interview? Because the people who did it months after this interview, if they knew it was unreliable, they will be going to jail. And I can't believe that the case agent and the intel analyst wrote a 40-page memo and never told anybody about it.
Well, wasn't that their MO? And, you know, to this day, I can tell you that most of the viewers who are watching and listening right now are saying, okay, we knew it, we didn't know what you have unearthed, but that's more evidence. When are they going to jail?
Well, here's what I think. Durham is looking at this. The next witness I want to call is the intel analyst who put the memo together. It's a 40-page document that shows that the dossier is a bunch of garbage, all hearsay. I want to ask him and the case agent who interviewed the Russian guy, who did you tell in the FBI? It's impossible for me to believe that McCabe and Comey, who got briefed regularly about Crossfire Hurricane, did not know about this. I have a hard time believing that. The second document that was released is comments by Peter Strzok, February the 15th, 2017, saying there was not any evidence that a member of the Trump campaign was talking or working with the Russians, contrary to what the New York Times article alleged. So what did we learn from these two documents? The New York Times is corrupt as hell when it came to reporting on Trump.
Just like that guy on the right. But anyway, I want to ask you something. The Wall Street Journal today talked about the fact that Christopher Wray is bringing in a new counsel, a general counsel for the FBI, a guy by the name of, I believe it's Jason Jones. And the only reference in the Wall Street Journal article is that this is Christopher Wray's a former partner from his old law firm. Well, we did a little research here, and we had a source who says not only is this guy that Christopher Wray, who I've always thought was in the deep state anyway, that this guy that they're bringing in is a partner with Rod Rosenstein in the firm of King and Spalding. And Rod Rosenstein, the guy we just talked about, who went and got warrants on totally unverified information that he knew was unverified. Now, Christopher Wray, head of the FBI, is bringing in another partner from Rod Rosenstein's firm and Sally Yates' firm that the Wall Street Journal didn't get and Christopher Wray didn't divulge. I mean, this is just more deep state. It's frustrating. Your reaction?
Well, I'll get back with you. It's first I've heard about it. I will get back with you. You raise a lot of questions that need to be answered.
Well, King and Spalding, it's not just where his friend worked, but it's where Rod Rosenstein and Sally Yates worked. Very quickly on John Lewis, your thoughts?
Well, John was known for causing good trouble. That's what he described the civil rights movement, good trouble, peaceful protest, being hit in the head for a worthy cause. That's different than what you see playing out in the streets of the United States. I think John Lewis loved America. He wanted to make it better. What you see happening today is people who hate America and want to change it. Big difference, but he will be missed.
All right. Senator Lindsey Graham, so good to have you on Justice. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, the facts on coronavirus and schools reopening with Dr. Robert Hariri still ahead, and how big are the risks for your family? But first, should the president's supporters be worried about the shakeup in his re-election campaign? Dan Bongino and senior advisor to the Trump 2020 team, Corey Lewandowski, join me next to put things in perspective. Stay with us.